Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when I post videos, tap the bell. If you want to subscribe to our options trading live channel, I go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. Link is below in the description. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, link is below in the description as well to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. And if you could do me a huge favor, hit the like button for the YouTube algo. Definitely appreciate it. Over the last few days, we've been getting some crazy price action, just insanity. Wild. I know I say that a lot in my titles, but truly, I mean, we're getting a lot of mixed messages. A lot of things are going on right now, and no one knows if we're going up, or if we're going down, or if we're going sideways, if this is going to do that, or whatever the case is. But what we do know is that the market's going to be a little bit crazy for a little while. VXX. First off, I want to talk about VXX. Even though the market was going lower the last few days, I mean, VXX was getting pounded. It went from a high of 28.50 about all the way down to 24.90 pre-market this morning, and then ramped up into close because we had that massive sell-off. But before I get into my trades and what I'm looking at tomorrow, I just wanted to kind of show you something for a second. People were freaking out in our Discord. They were freaking out online, like, oh no, what's going to happen? The sky is falling, and all this is. If you look at like SPY, for instance, yes, this is a major sell-off on an intraday level. If you kind of zoom out a little bit, kind of go a little bit macro, we're focused into micro something, so go a little macro, kind of see what's going on here. And if you look at SPY, it's like, oh yeah, SPY had a red day today. Doesn't look that bad, right? The trend is still largely intact. We didn't even come down to the 10-day moving average. I mean, what do you have to complain about? Qs, if you look at Qs, same as well. I mean, Qs a little bit more dramatic. It's been selling off the last 3 days. People are like, when's the selling going to stop? I mean, look, the Qs literally ripped from 260, 250 area, 255, all the way up to 275. What do you think is going to happen? You think we're just going to blast off and just keep on going? It's not going to happen. So, crazy. Kind of go over my trades right now. I want to show you kind of what I'm looking at tomorrow, kind of what I'm getting lined up for tomorrow, show you what's going on. Now, I do have some trades today, kind of a mixed day. I did manage to lose $88 on Facebook, got shook out this morning, and then I did make $548 in realized gains on Square. But we're kind of holding a mixed bag right now. Not too confident. I'll kind of show you how I'm maneuvering the market right now. But first off, Facebook, I had a couple trades in Facebook. My first trade, I had the 260 call. I was holding overnight, and I think the lesson here, and I think I definitely know better than this, but don't trade weekly options. Don't trade weekly options or options that are going to be expiring this week. Just don't trade them. I mean, it's just I don't even know what to say. Don't trade weekly options. You're going to get nothing but hurt. As you can see here, I lost 278. Why did I lose 278? When you're trading weekly options, you're going to make decisions that you may not normally make if you have more time. If you have more time, like look at Facebook this morning. Great trade, Facebook. I put a position on yesterday. I could have just held on to that position. Yes, it would have made some money. But I got shook out because it was down move. I'm like, okay, I don't have much time. I need to get out, roll out. So what I did is I rolled out of that position and I rolled into the 260 call for next week and I made 190. So I lost 278 and I made 190 back. So we could have done a lot of things here. But I think the main thing is, one, don't trade weekly options. Two is if you're in a losing position, don't be afraid to take the L. Just take the L. Move on. Look, I took the L. I came out green. I was able to make some money. Losing only $88, way better than losing $278. I'll tell you that right now. So Facebook got shook out a little bit here. Square actually was a really nice trade. I did go into next week expiration. I made $548 on Square. Square I bought this morning for $685. I bought at $923. So Square, let me pull up Square real quick. I'll go over the trade. So Square this morning at 923, I bought the 135 calls for 685, and then I sold them for 959 about an hour later the 135 calls at 10:16. So 9:23 to 10:16. Kind of show you what's going on here. Square at 9:23. I started noticing it was starting to break out here. I bought right in here, looking like it was a reversal. So I was trading Square on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. Was bottoming out here. You have a nice clean double bottom. It ramped up, and then I sold at 10:16 at the top of this range. Yes, it did push a little bit higher, but you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's going to, I like to sell these big green candles. That's just my personality. That's what I like. It meant my trade goal. I was up 40% on the trade. You get out. You see if you want to reload. You did have the opportunity to reload. I am looking at Square going into tomorrow as well. Square came down, currently resting on the 10-day, seeing which way it wants to go. Does it want to dip below down to the 130, or does it want to try to rip back up to like the 145 area? That's really what I'm watching right now on Square. It's like, which way does Square want to go? Square, what I liked about Square today, calls were underpriced, had a massive move to the upside. Yes, it gave some up, but only closed down about $1. It's resting on the 10-day right now, and I do think that it may want to try to push a little bit higher up to 145. It did have great earnings, but right now, after earnings, as we can see, there's not really any catalyst outside of earnings to push these stocks higher. Nothing's going on. We don't, outside of the Russian vaccine that's currently phase 2 or whatever that was, we don't have really any catalyst to push the market higher. We don't have any, so there's consolidation. People are going to sell. They're like, oh, stocks just don't go up every day. What's going to happen? Oh, maybe I'll just sell today. Buy high, sell low. That scenario is definitely a real scenario. It's just crazy. Now, one thing that's happening after hours right now is you can be like, wow, Tesla's up crazy. Tesla just announced a 5-for-1 stock split. It's going to happen on August 31st, which just so happens to be the same date Apple is splitting for their 4-for-1 stock split as well. So Apple's splitting on August 31st. Tesla is now splitting on August 31st. So it's going to be interesting to see, is this going to kick off? Like, is Amazon going to maybe stock split? Or are other stocks going to stock split? I mean, we don't know. It's all speculation, but maybe I think Tesla had this, Elon specifically, he loves to burn shorts. And as you can see here, Tesla's up quite a bit right now, but over the last few days, we're kind of grinding. It's kind of been a rough road. It was stabilizing here around the 1,500, pinging back between 1,400 and 1,500. And I try to make up like these back boardroom discussions. And Tesla's probably like, hey, or Elon's like, hey, if Tesla cracks below 1,400, let's announce the stock split, guys. Let's get them. Let's entice some shorts in here. Let's get the shorts rolling. Okay, load up as many shorts as we can. Oh yeah, it broke down today. All right, after hours, let's announce the news. This was perfect. It was looking stable, pretty stable here at like 1,400, and then we cracked below right at close, and now those shorts are being destroyed. If looking at this week options, if Thinkorswim won't load here, looking at the 1374. So the 1374 at the money, they were still going for like $28, but these calls were only going, like the 1,500 calls were going for $2 at close. I wonder what they're going to open at. They're probably going to open at like $20 tomorrow, $30 tomorrow. Maybe even $40. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with it. We know what happened with the Apple stock split. I do think Tesla could squeeze shorts. This could come back up to 1,600 relatively easily. If you look at Apple, after they announced their stock, yes, they had good earnings, but when they announced the stock split, this ran from basically 400 up to 457, had another 10% increase. Right now it's up about 6-7%. So it could push back. It could push up. Tesla could push up to like the 1,550, 1,600 area. Also, what I'm looking for tomorrow, DKNG. Now, DKNG, I was trading the earnings run up, and I'm currently, my position on here is I have some of the 31. I have the 31 calls, and I have a credit put spread for this week as well. And I was trading this. Everything was fine, but now college sports are done for until the spring. The stock did react yesterday. It dropped from 34 all the way down to 30. We were bounced up. It did close green today. I do still like it around 30, 31 area. So we're going to see if it kind of ramps up here. It's just chilling. Right, it came right back to support. So if it could bounce back up, that is pretty much what I'm looking for. Penn, if you're kind of comparing it to Penn had a nice consolidation, and then it had earnings and it bumped up from 35 up to the 50 areas, and now it's at 46 after hours. It did almost push 50 today. So Penn, if you're trading Penn, I haven't been, because I'm in DKNG. I don't want to get too loaded up here, but it is crazy right here. It looks like when it came down to 46, it wants to bounce back up to 50. Came back down to 46. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Qs are inching up a little bit. After hours, SPY's inching up. So I don't know if we're gonna get a overnight just kind of grind up, or if we're gonna sell off, or our future's gonna be flat. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think anyone knows what's gonna happen. But right now, sell off today, still pretty bullish. The way that they went about it, they just went for the jugular, and they just crushed it at the close. SPY 337, but to me, charts are still bullish. I'm not too concerned. Banks, JP Morgan did hit 106 today, and then we had a major sell-off. So it went from 106 down to 103 area. Well, we'll call it 104 because it's basically 104. But still, all week just kind of grinding up. Airlines as well. I haven't been trading them. Airlines gave up a lot today. United went down. Boeing almost closed red as well. It's actually down a little bit. Boeing did say they didn't have any new 737 MAX orders, and they had all their July orders were canceled. So things are not looking for Boeing, so that's why I haven't been trading it. And like I said, on Boeing, if you're looking here, it's at the top of the range now, so be very, very careful. It's at rejection area, and what happens at a rejection area? It actually got rejected today, and it's back down to 180. So just be careful. People may bail. I'm not going to have this video be too long. There's so much to cover. But what I want to say is stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.